Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Peaky Blinders. This episode 5 of season 2. Hopefully, guys, been enjoying the series so far. So last episode, interestingly, Tommy ended up sleeping with May. She is the person that obviously was bidding against him for the horse, who is now his horse trainer, who could potentially be his future girlfriend. So it's really interesting. Obviously, she's lonely. She's living in this massive mansion. Her husband's died. And obviously, Tommy's a good-looking chap. And obviously, he's got an interest in her. And they ended up, obviously, getting it on. But what's interesting with this is that it looks like Grace has returned to London. So, like, she's no longer in New York. She's still with her husband, it looks like, because Tommy did ring a phone and it did pass through to the room. Obviously, the guy picked it up and he said hello, and Tommy just put it down, obviously, because it wasn't Grace. But she was kind of suspicious. She was looking at the phone, interested to see what was going on. Now, Campbell, you know, he did reveal his plan. It was a time of the meeting that he actually scheduled, and when Tommy entered the room, it was the two Irish that was in there as well. The people that hired him first in episode 1 to carry out that murder. Now, it's interesting that they're working with the government, and obviously Tommy's working for them as well. Tommy ended up leaving the room and saying that the guy in there that put the gun to his head in the first episode, he's actually like a double agent, so to speak. He's working for somebody else as well. He's like a little mole. He's getting information that Campbell feeds him, the Irish feeds him, and then he's going spreading it to other people. And he's not even going to do this mission if he's still part of it. So Campbell said, don't worry, I'll take him out. Next day, his body was found in the coal in Birmingham, so that has been, you know, dealt with. But what's interesting is the person that they give him, obviously, the brief to kill, seems like he's a heavily guarded, high-up guy. You know, Tommy went to his house, he parked outside of it. It took 23 seconds before a police officer come over and told him to move. Now, we asked Campbell, is he going to get rid of the police officer when it comes to the time of taking the guy out? Because Campbell said it's 3 weeks to the day that Tommy needs to do this. And Campbell said, no. If we move the police away from, obviously, his property, raise suspicion, so you're going to have to deal with it yourself. So I was saying that the best way to probably do that is to create a diversion, create like a robbery, or, you know, an explosion that will offset the police at that location. That will give Tommy a clean hit to go inside and carry it out. Arthur as well, you know, he looks like he's getting addicted to the cocaine. They've gone into, obviously, Sabini's club, took it over, it's now under control of the Peaky Blinders. But Arthur, he's taking the drugs a lot, mate. He's not just taking it on big race days and opening occasions like Tommy was saying. Seems like he's getting addicted to it. He spent 600 quid out of the Peaky Blinders funds. He's saying that he's spending it on he's spending it on olives and like onions for the cocktails and stuff like that. But obviously Tommy knows that that's not true. He's told him to obviously get it together, otherwise John will be coming to take down the London operations. And then also we've got Michael as well. He's now being recruited into the family business as the accountant. Polly wants to make sure he's staying on the good side of the law, the clean side of the business that they're trying to expand on, and not the bad side. But we've seen him getting an altercation with his friend who's African-American in a bar because he was being racist and said that they're not going to drink there and they're not going to let, obviously, a black man drink in that bar. Well, he was having none of it and he had a good old scrap and he managed to obviously take a few of them out and hold the ground as well before it was revealed that he was a Peaky Blinder, and then they all ran off, and then John and Arthur ended up going back and burning the place down. So very interesting episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So that's going to wrap up today's intro. Hopefully you guys are excited for today's episode. If you are, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into episode 5 of season 2 of Peaky Blinders.
Welcome.
Mr. Solomon.
You must be Arthur. Arthur.
A pleasure to meet you,
I've
sir.
heard so much about you.
Shalom.
They've worked together before, haven't they, in a film?
Voila. You understand I'm the commanding officer on this operation. You're here purely as an observer.
Passover started off way out there in the Far East on the horizon.
Oh, everything right.
Billy, don't worry, mate. You know what I mean? If you want, you can leave. If you need to go to the little boys' room or something, you can leave. We're going to open them in a minute
He's
anyway.
all right, he's all right, Billy
Do you
boy.
want to leave?
No, you're right.
Jewish people in slavery for thousands and thousands of years.
Persecuted, right?
Decided, you know, that the evil fucking Egyptians had pushed their fucking luck.
It's a goat.
Yeah, and we're gonna sacrifice it. But this year, we thought that we'd give the fucking goat a name.
What would you call him?
Toby Shelby.
Whoa.
And the evil Egyptian scum was finally cleansed. The blood of the Passover goat. This fucking animal, he come in here, right, with a fucking gun and a razor and shot him in the face. He's fucking dead. But you want arresting the summit, right? Surely.
Don't you fucking touch him! Get off him!
You should know that as of this night, Tommy Shelby is finished.
Oh, mate, that's interesting. So, do you reckon he's just done that Campbell himself? Like, why have they gone and got Michael? Like, I understand the other two, Sabini and obviously Alfie, they're working together. But, like, this one, for Michael, it's just out of the... I don't know, man. It's just out of context of them two. But it's... I understand the play that, obviously, if it's all down to Campbell... You know, he's trying to show Tommy that he's not intimidated by him. He's still the guy in charge. Yeah, still the ones on top. You know, Tommy's getting too big for his boots. That's what he's trying to say. And Michael's 18 now, isn't he? So, technically, they can't really take him away from Polly. He was definitely 18 last episode, which means that he could do whatever he wants. The guy's a man. So, he could get arrested and put in prison. Yeah, that's totally fine. But then, what has he done that they're going to criminalise him for, so to speak? Because he's working for Tommy on... the right side of the law, is it not? Maybe they go for him in that way, but like, he's not going to be in there for long. He's not done anything bad himself. I mean, they could try and blame him for burning the pub down, but it wasn't him. It'll come out that it was Arthur and John. So he could just turn back to Polly anyway.
I think he's the best horseman in England.
He likes to waste money. I know that. According to the reports I've been given, you're spending £2 a month on worming powder. Horses get worms from the water trough. Put goldfish in them. They eat the worm eggs.
Goldfish, seriously.
Yep. You people have a lot to learn.
Yeah, get him for a penny a goal. Well, and he's spending £2 on worms.
Drink?
Why not?
The interesting thing is, she might think she knows Tommy, but when she actually sees something go down, how's she going to react then? Do you know what I mean? Like the bookkeepers, they come in and he was working, and when they see the crime, they go.
Telephone call.
We had a fucking deal.
I would thank you to moderate your language in a place of worship.
We had a fucking deal. You promised me protection.
Well, no, you see, it was Mr. Churchill that made you that promise. And I can hardly be blamed if your demented brother decides to go on some sort of blood orgy. I have your brother in a prison cell, charged with the murder of Billy Kitchen, and I have no doubt that his destiny is to hang. I have your entire organization in disarray in Birmingham and in London.
What do you want? I've already agreed to do your fucking killing for you.
An agreement is not the same thing as an assurance, Snooze. The knowledge that Tommy Shelby is not afraid to die. The threat to your own life might not be enough to make it certain that you will obey me on the given day. I've been ahead of you every step of the way.
I fucking hate Campbell, right? You've got to admit, the guy's good. The guy's good at what he does, isn't there? Let's be honest, what he's just said there makes total sense, you know? The whole, like, leverage that he had over him, knowing that he was going to take out the guy that they need him to, is the fact that Tommy knew that his life was on the line. But then when Tommy expressed that he's not actually scared of dying last episode, and he's put contingencies in place, if I die, you die, he's like, well, that's not good enough, is it? Because now that you're not scared of your life, I need to get something greater than that, stronger than that, more focused than that, and now it's your family, you know? I've got Arthur, I can get your sister, I've got Michael. I need to make sure that a promise becomes a reality. It becomes assured. So, from his perspective, he's good, mate. He is good. And you got to respect it, that what he does it really well. But whether you like him or dislike him, like I said, he's doing his bit and rattling Tommy like... He couldn't do it any better, to be honest. Like he said, his business is in disarray, mate. The guy's doing a decent job.
Tommy, can you hear me? Can we meet?
Oh, can we meet?
Yes.
That's well interesting, mate. She's called him now to meet up.
Time to take him, Michael.
Business first.
They took Michael
I said
last
business
night.
first.
Polly,
Picked him up
business
as well.
first.
The Eden Club and all our pubs have been raided by the coppers and handed back to Sabini and Solomon's.
Thomas, I spoke to Johnny Dogs.
This meeting should just be family.
Oh, Canal.
It's family only. She's not blood,
Let us
Tommy.
speak.
Or is this a business? Have you forgotten family?
Yeah, it's not just him, man. What about Arthur?
Spoke to Johnny Dogs. The Lees are kin.
The bloody Lees.
They can give us men.
We don't need more fucking men.
If Michael ever gets out of prison, I am taking him away from this family. For good.
Should I go and speak to Queen Mary Lee at the Black Patch? She can give us soldiers for a few nights.
Good.
Imagine riding away, Thomas. Living the real life, you know. Your gypsy officers are stronger. You just want to ride away.
I've been to France, says May. So has John. I'll get your coat and go with your husband.
I've just been conducting an interrogation. I have a form here, a lease form. And with my signature, he can be freed by tomorrow morning.
You didn't do anything.
Sign it, Mr. Campbell. Please, sir. What would prompt me to do you such a favor? That's not information I need.
Guy better not be going on about sex again.
Transaction here. He has no need for the silver, but he takes it anyway.
Sign the form.
Please, sir.
Please, sir.
I need a favor, Mr. Campbell, sir. And I will do anything in return.
Do you want it on the floor or on the desk, Mr. Campbell?
Got out.
No, no! I want him free.
You don't need to shave.
Should I talk or not talk? Should it be like I'm weak, small, yes? You made me cry. We had an agreement, right?
Yes. Yes.
Mad, innit, mate? Literally, I never understand it, man. Like, literally, how can you even get turned on in that situation there? Literally, it's like, I say it in every show that you see on my channel, like, I never get it. Like, I would never be turned on if the other person went into it, like, fully going for it. It should be like a mutual fun, not like a pure creep. Like, he better sign that thing, literally. And I don't know, he's doing it for dominance, isn't he? He's doing it to show that I'm in a position of power. Now, again, I don't think this will get relayed to Tommy what's just happened. Or maybe it does, like, but he deserves... That guy, Officer Campbell, Major Campbell, as he loves being said, deserves to die. Like, I want somebody to kill him. Hopefully at the end of the season he does get killed, like, because, I don't know, he didn't die like he was annoying last season. Does his role well, though. Like, I said it before, complimented him. He does his role well. It doesn't mean that I don't have to like him, and it doesn't mean that he doesn't annoy me, because he does, but he just plays that arsehole character so good.
Where have you been?
Went to the spotted dog at Digbirth.
Was it 1 glass or 2?
3.
I phoned James. Said he'd take Arthur's case for free, so we don't need Tommy. We'll get Michael free as well, I promise.
There's no need. They'll let him out in the morning. If the baby wants anything at night, ring the bell by the bed. Take advantage if you're nice.
Please send for me.
You need cream on them, good, so they'll go bad.
The screws told me why I've been freed. They told me what you did.
Just give her a hug or something, don't even say out.
They thought it was funny. Maybe it is.
That was pretty deep, that, wasn't it? You weren't even thankful.
Why are you doing that, Tommy?
To remind myself, thought I'd be. I wasn't who I am. What's going on?
I think Tommy's lost his mind.
So I'll need 6 cans of petrol, bring him to the garage, put him in the back of the car.
Too gorgeous doesn't have blind auntie.
She's my harshest critic. I have to be perfect.
What time will you be back?
Before midnight.
Is she just meeting him at his house? Because Campbell could see her.
Have a seat.
It's bigger, that house, isn't it, mate?
Still whiskey.
But other things have changed. Sell vans with your name on at the docks.
Yes, some things have changed.
Tommy, I really wasn't sure about coming tonight.
Light a fire in the bedroom upstairs. Talk about old times. Drink some whiskey. And I was going to tell you, I hadn't spent a day without thinking about you. Changed my mind. So just have one drink. Tell me how happy you are in New York, and then you can go.
What makes you think that I would have gone to bed with you after 1 whiskey?
Doesn't matter now, because I've changed my mind.
I came here because you asked me.
Did she asked him, didn't she? Unless I missed something. Did she not ring him back and say, do you want to meet?
You're not armed, Grace, are you?
No, I'm not armed.
I don't have a sense of humour anymore either.
What are you talking about?
I hate reunions. I didn't want to sit here for hours talking about nothing and dancing around what we really want to say. It's good to see you, Grace.
So you didn't light the fire?
I did.
You see, my real plan was that we go out. I bet you've never heard Charlie Chaplin speak.
1 second, I've got to say, yeah, getting straight to the point is the best way, innit, mate? If you look at that, he could have just, like, they could have sat there and absolutely waffled for, hey, how's New York? Yeah, it's good out. Yeah, good. Yeah, you seen your cars? They got your names on it? Yeah, we've expired. It's just straight to the point. Bang, 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 bang. The tension has gone. Like, even if you didn't like what he said, the tension had gone. You got straight to the point. Everything's open. You know everything. You know where you stand. You know what I mean? That was good. I like it. And he had 2 drinks, not 1, and now they've headed out on a date. Do you know what I mean? It looked like it was going nowhere, and then whoa, and now they're coming out to see Charlie Chaplin. So I don't know. He's gonna go back. I'm expecting them to go back together, but are they going to sleep together? I don't know. But she did dress up hardcore for him, you know. She said that the woman was her toughest critic. Well, she meant Tommy.
There you go. There's Chaplin.
Oh my God, it's him. It's really Charlie Chaplin in person.
Yep. He's in England. Come on, I'll introduce you. You said you knew my sister's address in Primrose Hill, so I expect you've men watching the house. See who comes and goes. Well, tonight you men will see me return to the house with a very beautiful woman. Can you guess who the woman is?
That's decent, that's all right.
You'd come with me to New York.
There are things to do.
Run an empire.
Tell me to have someone.
Mother racehorse.
To have someone. Yeah, I've got a horse.
When do you sail back?
We don't know yet. They're doing tests on us. A doctor in Harley Street. Some new thing, a breakthrough. We're trying for a baby.
Oh, right. Trying to IVF.
Doctor believes it's surely me who's at fault.
It's no one's fault.
I'm tired of that, Tommy.
Can I see you again? You used to work in undercover, eh?
I never lied to him once.
Oh, here he is. The king of London town.
I've been a fucking idiot. I haven't appreciated nothing, John.
Are you fucking repenting or something?
Jewelry. I used to be good at jewelry.
Oh, Arthur, please, for God's sake.
You're gonna hang me, John.
They're not gonna hang you.
And how's Houdini gonna get me out of this?
What?
Oh, tell me. He's got a plan. A big fucking man that I'm...
Fucking shut up! He's already told me what I've got to do.
Yeah, trust the process. Trust the process. People come at you, you've got to go back. Do you know what I mean? Like...
I've just pulled over. I never smoke and drive, you know?
Where are you from?
I'm from Ireland.
Explosion now, innit?
Does it really stop the horses from getting worms?
It really does. Came in to tell you we have to stop.
Did I, me and you'll use that old thing?
There's someone for a long time. And I didn't want you to think anything about how it's going to be after the race. You can still be with me at the enclosure.
It's very gracious of you, sir. You'll be up there and I'll be down in the ring. Sort of upside down, isn't it?
You can still be with me after and you can still wear something.
I'll be covered in mud from the ring. You talk about damage. The damage not yet done. You don't think that half of London already thinks that I'm fucking a racketeer. So will you drive straight off? Or I haven't got any petrol in the garage.
I'll stay.
I have some cans of petrol in the car.
Good. So you can go.
I look happy in there, eh? And why wouldn't there be?
Who is she?
Mate, she's somebody that you can't be with.
Sailing away.
Yeah.
So let her sail. You've told me about her like a gentleman. I kindly behave like a gangster again. Feel sorry for me, it's fine.
Right, I don't know how you could dislike this May so far up until this point. I think she's been pretty decent, me.
We'll come 5th or 6th, but I will win you.
Alright, saying before we get into this scene. Right, Grace, yeah? He can't be with Grace, can he? She's just like okay, he's had a one night stand with her or whatever, and he might see her again. But like, logically, they're not going to be in a relationship. She broke his heart last time, even though he still loves her. And he clearly does still love her. And like, why would he put off something that potentially so decent with this May for Grace who's not going to happen realistically? Now, I'm not saying, you can never say never, you never know in life. But like, she's married, he's wealthy, she says he's nice, a good kind man. And they trying IVF, trying to have a baby. All arrows point to you're not going to be with her, Tommy. But you've got May here. She's pretty decent so far on the face of it. That actually takes an interest in you. So I don't know, man. Like, I wouldn't even have you know, he's a ballsy move him saying it. But then I even like this May more for saying, mate, you told me as a person, now start acting like a gangster or something. Do you know what I mean? It's decent.
And what is it you exactly do here?
I exactly am a secretary to Mr. Shelby.
A secretary?
Oh, he plays this like arsehole, like arrogant character so well. It'd be good if he finds a letter from Grace.
I'll keep everything locked up, Mr. Campbell. Everything of value.
You like to play with fire. Field Marshal Russell's house was burnt out and a sundry device was put through his letterbox, which means that he will have to find somewhere else to live.
Carry out your assassination at a place of my choosing.
My plan was mutually agreed.
Well, now your plan is up in smoke. I formulated the only viable alternative.
God's sake, what do you
That's like you done to him.
How would you
There
get
is.
to him? I must report directly to Mr. Winston Churchill.
Your relationship with Mr. Churchill is not my concern. I will carry out my mission, but I will do it in a place where it will be impossible for you or your men to have me shot afterwards. Well, perhaps you can guess which one is my horse.
Where and when?
Right, Epsidode.
Derby Day.
Alright, it's interesting that actually he wants to draw him out and bring him to him, and he's going to kill him on Derby Day in the big populated area as well. I suppose that is in a, well, they got to do it in secluded areas so they can't see that Tommy's killed, like, you know, done the murder, because obviously the people will go after him, won't they? But like, what's interesting as well is that he's smart, i.e., he knows that they possibly want to take him out, so he's trying to put a contingency again in place. He's already put one contingency in place, that his assets will get spread around to his family and they'll also go after Campbell. But he's put another contingency in place, kind of like for himself, to try and save his own life and prevent the death from actually happening. So that's really interesting. Now, it's you know, it's intriguing that he's slept with Grace, and you know, he's gone and told May that, you know, they can't really be together anymore, that they're gonna have to, you know, like, just have it strictly business relations, so to speak, because obviously he's got somebody and he's been there for a while. And when she's asked who, he's saying somebody that's sailing away. She said that if she's sailing away, let her sail. That is true though, isn't it? You know, like we just discussed a second ago, Tommy hasn't really got a chance of being with Grace. Now, possibly, like, you can never say never in life because anything can actually happen. But right now, all arrows are pointing to he should be leaving her to have a life with her husband and try and go for this baby like she said that she's trying to do. That's why they're here visiting England, instead of obviously, you know, like, trying to be with himself. Now, it's good that he rubbed it in Campbell's face, though, and obviously he rubbed it in again in Campbell's face a second ago, because it's called Grace's secret, isn't it? And he knows that, obviously, he was with Grace last night as well. I'm sure the officers will have reported that back. Now, again, it's interesting that they blew up his house, so to speak, and going to have to, like, move him locations. It kind of postpones Campbell's, say, time frame of obviously Tommy killing him in his sleep. But also, as well, it has some sort of ripple effect onto Arthur, who's currently locked away. Now, I totally forgot about Arthur because that happened earlier on at kind of like the very start of the episode, but he was set up wanted from Alfie and Sabini, who's kind of taken over the docks, kind of run Tommy's business back out of London after they kind of infiltrated it again. And Arthur is currently obviously getting put up for murder. Do you know what I mean? He's expected to be hung, and you know, he's kind of falling out of faith kind of with Tommy in the business, but you know, John's like, give it a rest, mate. You know, Tommy's already got a plan, he's told me what to do, and we're carrying it out. So the next episode is going to be the finale. I'm going to expect it to be Derby Day. It's going to be hectic. Going to love to see how Arthur gets out, how Tommy actually kills this person, how Tommy evades getting killed off the police, and if Tommy actually goes after Campbell as well. You know what I mean? It's potential for this crazy, crazy, crazy finale. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. So we started the episode pretty much with the after effects of the meeting between Alfie and Sabina in the last one, where they actually set up the Peaky Blinders. So it looks like Alfie and Sabina did actually agree to their mutual, you know, like jointship, so to speak. He did get some of the requests that he wanted. Alfie, you know, a couple of the canal bolting lanes was kind of open. He's letting him come back into the races, and obviously he's kind of set up Arthur to be arrested and done for murder. He shot the guy obviously right next to him, then attacked Arthur, pinned him up. He said that this is from me and Sabine, and then obviously cut a goat's throat as well and said that's Tommy Shelby. And then he's obviously grabbed Arthur's hand onto the weapon and put it on the table before letting the police come in and grab him. Now we had Michael as well arrested at the start of the episode. They come and dragged him out of the house, didn't they? Campbell again, working and worming his way in there, trying to show that he's got the dominance over the Shelbys. And then obviously he's had a like a discussion with Tommy as well, saying that, look mate, you know, I thought that we had a position of power over you. in terms of your life. But you come in gloating to me last episode telling me that you've already got contingencies in place and that you're not actually scared of actually dying means that I've not got no assurance that you're actually going to go through with this mission. Do you know what I mean? Having used to say, yeah, I'll do it, is not an assurance, not a fact that the job's going to get carried out, and I need to get some sort of leverage over you, which means taking your family, hurting them, you know, threatening their lives to make sure that you're going to actually go through with it. So, like, from that perspective, very interesting. I like it. Now, Polly, she's done whatever it takes. She's gone and done literally whatever it takes to get her son out. Ended up sleeping with Campbell. I actually really dislike him. I respect his character in terms of, like, he's decent. He does his job really well in terms of winding everybody up, and, like, he's just, he really grinds on the gears, but I actually don't like him as a person. He actually stresses me out, and, you know, I actually really do want him to die. Hopefully we can get it done in it. But then I don't know who I want to kill him, to be honest. Like, I don't know if I want Tommy to kill him, or if I don't, Polly. Maybe last season, Tommy. This season, I would like Polly to kill him, to be honest. Grace nearly done it as well. She shot him, and that's why he's like hobbling. Speaking of Grace, she's back here in today's episode, obviously, meeting up with Tommy. He said, let's cut the chit chat, mate. You know, I can't bother with all of this. I lit a fire upstairs. I thought that you'd come in, we'd have a couple of drinks, we'd go up and we'd sleep together. But, you know, I decided I changed my mind. Me and you, it's not going to happen. We'll just have a conversation and then you can be on your way. Then obviously they started, you know, he kind of got the BS out of the way. He got the you know, the tension, he lifted it a little bit and he could kind of just speak. And she was saying, obviously, she likes husband and this and that. And he was like, well, do you want to go out for a few drinks? He was like, yeah, sure. They went and met Mr. Chaplin. Then they come back and slept with each other. She's revealed that they're trying to actually have a baby. You know, she's having problems conceiving herself and she might be the problem. And they're here in England. They haven't got a return ticket booked yet because they're trying to go through treatment. He's kind of, well, Tommy's kind of in love with her anyway. And he's gone to May and said, look, mate, you know, we can't do this anymore. Me and you, I kind of got feelings for somebody else. He's asked who is she? He said somebody that is actually sailing away. She was like, well, just let her sail then. Do you know what I mean? Like, you come here pleading, speaking like a normal gentleman. Now speak to me like a businessman, like a gangster. Do you know what I mean? She said, your horse may come 5th or 6th in the race, but I'm going to make sure I win when I get you. So, love that from her, honestly. I actually really do love it. So this is a decent episode. Like I said, the finale set up really well. Crazy action's going to happen. Tommy's blew up that guy's house, so that makes him move locations, which means that the actual killing is not going to happen in his bedroom at night, and he's going to be surrounded by police, which will take Tommy out. He wants to do it in a location that he wants, that he could dictate, and then he can obviously bounce out. And obviously this is going to be where he tries to take down, obviously, Sabini at the Derby as well with his own horse. So again, it's really set up really well. I can't wait for the episode. Like I said, it's going to be the finale next, so it's going to be crazy. So hopefully you tune in tomorrow and enjoy it with me too. Thanks for checking out the channel today. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.